SpaceX shatters Wall Street records as expected.
SpaceX starting to trade publicly this morning after an initial public offering that made Musk the world's first trillionaire. Elizabeth Schulze has those details for us. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning, Rebecca. This is a record-shattering day on Wall Street. SpaceX becoming the most valuable company ever to go public, making its founder, Elon Musk, the world's first trillionaire. Musk's rocket company, valued in its initial public offering at around $1.8 trillion, that would immediately put it in the list of the most valuable companies in the world, alongside chipmaker NVIDIA, Apple, Google, Microsoft, and Amazon. In its IPO filing, SpaceX says its goals include establishing a permanent colony on Mars with 1 million people, launching AI data centers in space, mining asteroids. The company isn't turning a profit and acknowledges that these goals might not be.
You can say anything. You can say anything, dude. This man is on a crack cocaine bender. Awesome bull. Money is fake. Everything that Elon Musk says is fake, and people don't give a dude.
Yeah, it is certainly hard to believe that a little company that started in a warehouse in El Segundo is now going public for with the largest IPO that ever. And let me tell you, if people had told me this was going to happen, I was like, man, you must be smoking some really good crack, because I think this company's going to fail.
Meritocracy is a lie, lying is OP, and money is fake. This story that we are watching unfold in front of us is a great example of all three of those Hasanabi tropes that I advance over and over again. Elon Musk is a failure. In spite of his failures, because he happened to be at the right place at the right time, he has failed upwards with his endless wealth. He's a horrible person, unbelievably insecure person. He's the richest person on the planet. And we know he doesn't work hard because he tweets all the goddamn time. Now, as far as SpaceX goes, hate to admit this, but it is probably the most impressive company that Elon owns. Not that he had anything to do with it personally. Not that he had anything to do with its success personally. If anything, he was probably an impediment. SpaceX, of course, is a government subsidized operation. It should be kept in the hands of the public. But this is the nature of American capitalism. This is the nature of capitalism, and the American version of it is probably the most evolved or devolved. John Tufel says, SpaceX IPO so perfect for right now. Company without profit, sold in a market detached from reality, based on fake promises about things it will never do, layers upon layers of bullshit. Aaron Regenberg says, what's most infuriating about the Musk trillionaire is that his enterprise is built almost exclusively on government contracts. It's not just that he's expropriating our wealth in an abstract way. His fortune is built on the tax dollars we pay that he then obtains through graft. This is your take. And not to becoming the first trillionaire off of taxpayer subsidies, mergers, and apartheid mine inheritance isn't an anomaly. It's showing you what the system rewards. Capitalism is a death cult. The thing is, I thought after the Twitter purchase that Elon Musk would no longer be seen in such a positive light, because I thought that even the dumbest of Americans would recognize that this guy wasn't really doing anything at all, and he's simply dicking around being racist on Twitter. But I was wrong, because many Americans actually love that shit, it turns out. Many people all around the world love that shit. Elon Musk is going to be the first trillionaire. Now, my number one op is getting wealthier and wealthier. We take you down the timeline of choice moments from Elon Musk versus Hassan saga, where Grums said,
I don't know if I want to be on camera.
Yeah, where Grums said you can tell a lot about Ubisoft with how much money they're throwing at terrorist platform streamers. Elon Musk said Hassan is a fraud. Then he said sellout would be more accurate. Objectively, he's promoting a terrible company just for the money. Assassin's Creed famously delivered one of the most devastating blows on his own platform, where they say, is that the guy playing your Path of Exile 2
I know,
account?
but you know what I always think is, like, I feel like you guys can mend the rift because you have some stuff you can bond over. Like, you're both fake gamers. You just both pretend to play video games.
That's true.
Which is unique.
Well, I've done something even more impressive than that. I've just stopped gaming altogether.
Right.
Which
right.
is like, I guess there's a little bit more honesty in that, as opposed to...
Dude, that's what you should do, is hire a Korean kid to play video games while you just sit there.
Yeah, I don't think
after your stream.
Yeah.
To appease your gaming frogs, dude.
Yeah. Well, they gaming frogs like complaining
Right.
about not having gaming on the
Wow,
broadcast.
You're really gonna shit on them when they're starving.
Yeah.
Like this.
They
have nothing, Hassan.
They like complaining about not having sufficient gaming on the broadcast, and then when gaming happens, they leave anyway.
They're starving.
So I'm giving them exactly what they want, which is an opportunity to complain about not having gaming on the broadcast. I said, this bitch literally pays someone the power levels character in Path of Exile 2, Lamau. What do you mean I'm a fraud? Elon, I challenge you a duel in Elden Ring. I will cook your fat rolling ass. I cooked his ass too with a fat ratio there.
I would have watched that. That would have been next to UFC on the White House lawn. That would have been the fighting event of the decade.
Yeah. Oh my God. He would never do it. Then he called me a chicken R-word and said that I blocked him, and then he posted the block. A quiet ban would not be enough for me, this person said. Twitch needs to issue statements acknowledging they do not enforce rules evenly and clean up their moderation team. I love when random Twitter Nazis will be like, Twitch needs to change its terms of service right now so that I no longer feel bad about Hassan being on the platform. It's like, why would they do that for you, man? To which he replied with, what's up here at Jeff Bezos? Trying to get Jeff Bezos to ban me off Twitch, which was really funny.
Awesome.
That's
so awesome.
Which is funny because like I'm literally on his platform.
Yeah.
Where he's complaining about how I blocked him on his own platform. Then liberal influencer Hassan Piker tells his viewers to kill conservatives, and then he goes incitement to murder. So he's been watching the compilations.
I'm surprised he hasn't banned you off X yet.
I think the reason why he hasn't done that is because I'm such a power user on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I'm probably one of the only accounts that doesn't bot. Like there's like a real organic
You're the last
I might be the last non-Nazi
account.
non-porn account and the last account on this motherfucking platform that actively drives engagement.
You got to start using that methodology. You got to do like a fundraiser for the DSA and then write dick in comments.
Yeah.
You might drive crazy traffic that way, bro. You blend in better.
Yeah, and he probably doesn't want my non-stop posting ass to go to like Blue Sky or some. The double standard is not just unreal, it's surreal, it makes no sense, says Grums again. He loves Grums. To which it was Ethan Klein reacts live to his 30-day Twitch ban for playing the hostile content nuke on loop. OMG, it got banned for encouraging and glorifying extreme violence. That's the Hassan Piker's content nuke on your platform, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, yeah. Now, this is just some of the instances where he's like directly responded to people talking about me or directly responded to me. There are thousands more tweets where like Asmongold will be like, Hassan is bad or whatever, and he'd be like, yeah, we should ban him.
Can I be honest? You gotta look on the bright side with this one.
What?
Can you imagine if he was a huge fan of yours? If the only trillionaire ever was like, I love Hassan. It would look bad for your whole shit. Bro.
You are right.
It would look bad for your entire mission statement.
I think the best outcome here in a normal, if we lived in a normal universe and not whatever kind of hellish nightmare that we're stuck in, would be that like a guy with that level of power and influence and wealth would not spend any time knowing who the f I am, or any other Twitch streamer for that matter.
Right.
Like if you are a billionaire, you should not know who Twitch streamers are, okay? If you have reached that level of wealth accumulation, that level of power accumulation, power consolidation, you should just not know streamers.
Right. I mean, you are the dad who stepped up though.
It's true, but you know, regardless. Elon tweets at you more than he talks to all of his children combined. I know. Yes, the richest person on the planet absolutely despises me. And, you know, he's still getting richer, so I guess he's doing something right.
Catapulted by the historic market debut of his rocket company, SpaceX, the tech mogul has officially amassed 13-figure wealth. SpaceX debuted on public markets Friday at $150 a share, locking in an unprecedented $1.97 trillion market valuation. Ahead of the first trade-in, Forbes put Musk's net worth at $982 billion. Much of his fortune comes from his electric car company, Tesla. He also co-founded the company that later became PayPal. $1 trillion is 1,000 times greater than $1 billion, and 1,000,000 times greater than $1 million. A 1 and 12 zeros, 4 commas. Still, the number 1 trillion is hard to comprehend. So let's put it in perspective. If you made $100,000 a year and saved every penny, it would take you 10 million years to—
I'm sorry, but if this doesn't radicalize you, chatters, you should be showing this to every single person that you know. You should be explaining this concept and the size differential, the disparity of wealth here to every single person that you know. If this doesn't work to radicalize the masses, I don't know what will. I mean, there are those who are celebrating it, dude. There are those who are celebrating this. They're like, oh, so awesome. My apolitical coworker thinks it's up for the record.
If Musk decided to buy every single American adult a $4 iced coffee every single day, he could keep the entire country caffeinated for almost 3 years straight. His wealth will sit just shy of the gross domestic product of Poland, while completely eclipsing the entire annual economic output of Taiwan. Only about 21 countries have a GDP higher than $1 trillion today. If you divide up $1 trillion...
All my chud friends think it's all skill. Oh my God. We're not gonna make it, dude. We're not gonna make it. This is worse than kings. This level of wealth and power in the hands of such few people on the planet, especially with the technological advancements, it's unlike anything we've ever seen. I don't think we've ever experienced this kind of wealth and power disparity.